Bruce Lee, right? Bruce Lee changed my perspective completely on strength and completely on fighting, right? He teaches us with his philosophy that strength is more than just about physical power. It's about your mind, it's about your body, and it's about your purpose. And it's about harmony. It's about balancing different things together to make it complete, to make it perfect, to make it you. So, if you'd like to embark on this journey with me, the journey to find out what true strength is, to uncover what it means to truly be strong, stick around. It might turn out, that this place doesn't exist, that we're trying to find it, true strength, it might not exist. But believe me, please believe me, my friends, that if this place does exist, you and me, we're going to find it 100%. Even if there's a 1% chance of this place existing, we'll find it and we will learn and we'll be the first to uncover the meaning of true strength. So stick around with me. We're going to be doing plenty. We're going to be doing philosophy. We're going to be doing endurance. We're going to be doing fighting. We're going to be doing nourishment. We're going to be doing everything to be strong. Okay? Decided to go out on the forest today. The weather was looking alright, so tried to take advantage of it. So starting off, we use the bench. This bench is going to be the center of our whole workout today, our whole cardio section. Sorry. What's so special about the bench? Well, let me tell you something. Using press-ups and the different positions you can put your feet on the bench, you can do incline, you can do decline, you can basically target most of your chest. So that's what we'll be doing, along with legs and a bit of cardio at the end. So the idea of this cardio session, we're doing 3 sets in total. And in one set, we've got the whole of the chest, legs, and then cardio. So let me break it down for you and show you exactly what I did. So starting off, I started with incline. I wanted to start on the top and go down. So I put my feet on the bench here. And when it comes to the intensity of the chest section, try to keep it moderately intense. You don't want to go too intense because it's actually quite a lot of reps. So you want to keep it moderately intense. Starting off with my feet on the bench, I'm doing incline here. Now feet on the floor, some normal press-ups. We're going to stay on the floor for some archer press-ups and some diamond press-ups. And lastly, some incline press-ups. We then go and do legs. Now, because there's no weight on my back, I try to go very slowly to try and activate these muscle fibers. When you go extra slow, it's very difficult. So give it a go. And then I did some stretching, to be honest. I always feel great after stretching. And sometimes when I don't stretch, I kind of feel a bit vulnerable. So I do like to stretch just in case. Plus, one extra reason, well, really the main reason I want to stretch is to be able to eventually kick people in the head. Funny enough, yeah, I want to be like one of the Street Fighter characters eventually and just be able to do craziness. Helicopter kicks, everything. and then I move on to my cardio. Yeah, cardio is the least fun part. But back home, hopefully the focus is okay. Why does this area look so weird? Anyways, so we're in the kitchen, it's time to eat. My diet is a bit weird. I'm not gonna tell you about that. I'm just gonna cook my food and I'm just gonna talk to you about a couple things you should think about when it comes to food. Number one, how it makes you feel. That is something you have to really try and keep an eye on, because your gut are directly linked to your mind, and you know everything you eat is you, right? Like how the fuck are you? Every cell in your body is made up by what you eat. Whether you're eating Whoppers all day or junk food, you're basically made of junk food. Whether you're eating healthy all day, you're basically made of healthy food, right? And depending on what kind of person you are, these things can really affect your head or minorly affect you. So there's a lot of people who are okay with eating a bunch of junk food and they feel just fine, they're happy there, you know, just gorging themselves. I would do too if it didn't mess with my head that much. But yeah, so I've resorted to eating kind of healthy. From what I've seen and from what I've felt, I'm on the right track. What am I preparing? I'll show you afterwards, after I make my delicious meal. I'll show you guys what's popping. So we got our patties. So far, we've just gone and done some cardio. That's all I've done today really. Now I'm gonna eat, so I'm fully satiated. Yeah, I've got enough salt. Perfect actually. Oh mate, let's dig in, bro. We're done in the kitchen. I have my lovely food, 1700 calories, not bad for my first meal. Probably gonna eat later, it's be another big meal. Well, what we got planned, that is the philosophy section of the video. And I'm excited for that part. Who are we gonna be learning about? Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee, the legend, the dragon, what his name was. But Bruce Lee is a goat, man. The more you learn about him, the more you find out how fucking smart and how fucking well trained this guy was. And we are going to be taking all of that info, we are going to be absorbing all of that goodness and using it to get better, to train better, to do all sorts. We've done the eating, we're going to move on to the philosophy, right? We're going to learn about Bruce Lee. We're going to learn about what we can do to better ourselves in our own lives as our own individual. We're not going to take exactly what Bruce Lee did, we're going to try and convert it into our own way, right? That's what he wants us to do as well. And then after that, all of that philosophy is to get us hyped. And then after that, my friends, we are going to the gym and we're going to pump some fucking weight. Yeah, buddy. Catch you guys in a minute. Introducing the one and only martial arts icon. Hailing from San Francisco, this man redefined the whole of martial arts with his unparalleled lightning-fast strikes and philosophy, inspiring warriors worldwide to embrace adaptability, to unleash their true potential. Join us here today and honor the legend of Bruce Lee and absorb the timeless lessons that he has left for us to master. Now, let's channel the spirit of the dragon and let's get to work. When it comes to learning from Bruce Lee, we can't just watch a video and just absorb that information for the rest of our life, right? We need a way to keep track of it. We need a way to look back on it. So how are we going to do that? The best way to do that is to keep a journal. In any kind of self-improvement journey, a lot of people say that journals are very good. Why? Because you can look back on certain things. Look back on what? Something that could be a mistake, something that could help you in the future, right? For example, let's say I've been writing in the journal for around a couple months now, right? Feeling bad all of a sudden, and I'm just like, oh shit, man. I decided to go through my journal and I realized you were taking what, like magnesium or something. So you could just assume, oh shit, maybe I should try some magnesium. So then you go and buy some and then, oh, your problems are fixed, right? So it's a good thing to keep track on all of these things. Oh, I need to get my journal. All right. Poor kitty, hey? I'm gonna have to take you out. So here I've got my journal. Hold on, who told you could play? Relax. I've got my journal here, simple journal. Take a look at it. It's one of them old school ones. I bought it some time ago on Amazon and I never used it. Fucking unwrap it with a piece of leather, eh? Since this is a new journal, I'm gonna title it, right? This is my journey, so it will be Road. Oof, I need some better handwriting. To 1. Chapter 1. Simply Bruce Lee. To write it in your own words is because when you write in your own words, you understand it in your own words, right? It doesn't have to be poetic, man. Just write it however you want to.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
That's his most famous quote, right? Be like water. And we can take that in many, many different ways. In fact, we're supposed to take it in as many ways as we can, right? Originally, when I thought he said be like water, he mentioned how he could go and become any shape you want, right? And I took that quite literally, and I thought you're meant to be anything you want and then stay that thing. Being water is more of kind of a ongoing type thing, a flowing type thing. You're not supposed to be just one thing, right? You're not supposed to be just in a glass or in a jar. You're supposed to move on. You're supposed to cycle. That's what water does. It evaporates, goes into the air, goes into the clouds, rains down, breathes life into our planet, crashes against waves. You know, it can do so many things that you're not really supposed to limit yourself to being a jar, really. So I need to remember this. How am I going to write this down in a way that I'll remember? Flow like water, never stagnant, ever flowing. Moving on.
When I look around, I always learn something, and that is to be always yourself and to express yourself, to have faith in yourself. Do not go out and look for a successful personality and duplicate him. Now, that seems to me that is the prevalent thing happening in Hong Kong. Like they always copy mannerisms, but they never start from the very root of his being, and that is, how can I be me?
He first says, believe in yourself and have faith in yourself. Why do I think this is important? I think this is important mainly because too many people look to other people for advice on what to do when they've never done it themselves and they've never experienced it themselves. This can be bad because let's say I want to become a great martial artist and I kick a certain way and that person tells me it's wrong. Just because it never worked for that person doesn't mean it won't work for you, right? Everyone is their own person. How many people have told you that you need carbs for building muscle? How many people have told you that apples are healthy, right? You bring me an apple, yeah, and I promise you that I'll put it down and say nothing. Believe in yourself. You need to believe that you can reach your conclusions yourself, right? Please don't believe what everyone says. In yourself. This is a great point that he's saying, right? He's saying that no one is learning to be themselves. All they're doing is learning how to be other people. It can help you because we're humans, right? We're quite similar, but you're not that person, right? You're not David Lade. You're not Sam Sulek, you know? The Trent Twins and Hoagie, right? People are trying to be like them, even though they don't even know who they are. They don't even know how their body reacts to the way these lifestyles are. Even all those years ago, that was probably around 1960s maybe. 1960s, and there were already people trying to imitate celebrities, and there were already people just trying to live other people's lives, right? That is happening right now. That is happening today. That is happening to everybody. How many people have like their top influencer and they just do what the influencer says? That's what they're there for. They sell products, they sell you ideas, they sell you random shit. I know you want to be like these influencers. I know you want to be just as big as these influencers, but you'll never actually learn how to do it unless you learn yourself first, unless you learn how your body reacts to all of this first, unless you learn first-hand knowledge.
But martial art has a very, very deep meaning as far as my life is concerned, because as an actor, as a martial artist, as a human being, all these I have learned from martial art.
He says he learned all of this from martial arts. Throughout history, I think there have been a multitude of cultures who have began the search for strength. So people who do martial arts, they're searching for strength. They have all of these values, and I'm sure Bruce has learned a lot from his masters, Ip Man. Later in the video, Bruce goes to explain that all the martial artists, their goal is to be like water. Water can adapt to anything. Water can be the hardest material in the world and at the same time the softest. And this isn't just martial artists. We've got the samurai in Japan. They were all about honor, right? They valued should honor more than anything else. And look at Japan now, right? Look at how they're thriving. We'll forget about the anime. Look at Britain, we got the gentleman. I haven't got many other examples, but there's a lot of people in this planet and throughout history who have been on the same path we are currently trying to walk, right? We are just in the beginning.
I mean, here it is, the natural instinct, and here is control. You are to combine the two in harmony. Not, if you have one to the extreme, you will be very unscientific. If you have another to the extreme, you become all of a sudden a mechanical man, no longer a human being. So it is a successful combination of both. So therefore, it is not only, therefore it's not pure naturalness or unnaturalness. The ideal is unnatural naturalness or natural unnaturalness.
Yin yang, eh?
You're right, man, that's it.
I think this is one of the most important things he says. Harmony between two, I guess, ways of expressing yourself. You can't be too scientific. So to expand on that part of the video, I did write a note after that happened. And it was basically, too much of anything is unnatural. Try and find the balance. Yeah, he's basically saying too much of one thing, you become that thing. You kind of want to be in between the two so that you can really see all the colors, I guess.
Kung Fu is originated in China. It is the ancestor of karate and jiu-jitsu. It's more of a complete system and it's more fluid. By that I mean it's more flowing. There is continuity in movement instead of one movement, two movement, and then stop.
Would you look right into the camera lens and explain the principle of the glass of water as it applies to Kung Fu?
Well, Kung Fu, the best example would be a glass of water. Why? Because water is the softest substance in the world, but yet it can penetrate the hardest rock or anything, granite, you name it. Water also is insubstantial. By that I mean you cannot grasp hold of it. You cannot punch it and hurt it. So every Kung Fu man is trying to do that, to be soft like water and flexible and adapt itself to the opponent.
Now, when it comes to what my man said, I don't think I have to go into depth on it. It's quite self-explanatory what he says, and to be honest, that seems like a great goal, to be like water. That's something I'd like to write down. I already wrote down flow like water, but I might add another one. I feel like I need to emphasize how water can't be hurt, water can be strong at the same time, and soothing, But yeah, we'll probably write that down.
The karate punch is like an iron bar, whack. A Kung Fu punch is like an iron chain with an iron ball attached to the end, and it goes whang, and it hurt inside.
Obviously, the analogy to the flail means that there's more momentum. One is probably a bit more static, and the other one is more heavy and momentous. That being said, which one would you rather take? Personally, for me, it would be the chain, bro. I want to deal some damage. Okay, this is gonna sound weird, but if you're a mass murderer, would you take a rod with you, like to I don't know, a protest, or a flail? I don't know about you, my G, but I'm cracking heads with the flail. If you want to be all fancy with a rod, go ahead and do your bits. But me, bro, yeah, I'm cracking heads. I'm not saying I'll do that, obviously not, man, I'm not crazy. But yeah.
For instance, you will read it in a book, in a magazine and everything, that when somebody grab you, you will first do this, and then this, and then thousands of steps before you do a single thing. Of course, these kind of magazine would teach you to be feared by your enemies and admired by your friends and everything. But in Kung Fu, it always involves a very fast motion. Like for instance, a guy grabbing your hand. It's not the idea to do so many steps, step him right on the instep, you let go. This is what we mean by simplicity.
We're not even gonna go over what he was talking about. One thing I caught, how is man so well spoken? You can tell my man's been reading bare books or something, bro, because my man's language, my man's vocabulary was on point. I can't lie, I have to rate him for the way he speaks. A poet, That's the kind of level I want to get to as well. Man needs to read more books, bro. I can't just be chilling here with green eggs and ham forever.
Bruce, as a screen tough guy, you're going to have to suffer what all movie heroes suffered. Challenges from exhibitionists and nuts asking you to fight, challenging you to fight. It's already begun to happen, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
How do you deal with it?
When I first learned martial arts, I too have challenged many established instructors. And of course, some other challenging me also. But what I have learned is that challenging means one thing. Is that what is your reaction to it? How does it get you? Now, if you are secure within yourself, you treat it very, very, very lightly, because you ask yourself, am I really afraid of that? Or is that man, do I have any doubt within me that he's going to get me? Now, if I do not have such doubt, and if I do not have such fear, I would certainly treat it very lightly, just as today the rain is going on strong, but tomorrow maybe the sun is going to come out again.
I wanted to know if I stood before you in my new body, whether or not the sight of you would move my heart. It seems I'm free. I'm going to claim my kingdom. Nothing has changed.
So starting here on the row machine, this machine actually feels pretty mad, I can't lie. Starting off with warm up, my aim is to get my blood flowing into every inch of my back. Here, I squeeze back as far as it feels comfortable, and then I just stretch out slowly. Can't lie, I'm not trying to get injured. We then do some pause reps, then some partials. You know what, I think here, to be honest, I think I was just a bit obsessed with the squeeze at this point. To be honest, with my sets, I do tend to mix it up. Some slow sets, mainly focusing on how it feels. We then do some slow negatives, and then we slow down until we stop, basically. Honestly, I could have done extra reps if I tried it extra hard, but at this point I was feeling sufficiently pumped, so there was no real reason to do that, for me at least. So in this set, I'm going heavy. I'm just trying to focus on controlling it. That's my main goal since it's a heavy set. I do prefer doing heavy sets sometimes just because they save time, since you don't have to do so many reps to exhaust yourself. Then moved on to lowering the weight. I want to target more of my upper back here, so I kind of leaned back a little bit, tugged myself in so I could get that proper squeeze in the back. Again, I'm doing slow reps, trying at least, because it's still quite heavy for me. Then doing some partials. I think it's getting too heavy. Yeah. No, I'm not done yet. Come on, some more partials. Yes. Yeah. Basically can't do anymore. So this is my last set of this machine, and here I did change my form again. I'm leaning a bit forward. I'm trying to target more in the midsection of my upper back. Always trying to keep it slow and controlled. Always trying to squeeze. Just squeezing out that last bit of energy that I've got. Moving on to triceps, I put the cable on the highest setting. Recently I've been banging out reverse grip in general with biceps and triceps, mainly to get my forearms involved. I kind of want to make them bigger in general, so I do tend to involve them a bit more. I do 3 sets here. For today, I'm just keeping it slow on the eccentrics. When it comes to the smaller muscles, I tend to add like an extra drop set or 2 depending on how they feel, because when I'm doing it usually with the larger muscles, they tend to exhaust more resources a lot faster, so I've got more energy to spare when I'm doing the little muscles, so I like to kind of focus on them a bit when I can. To be fair, I did feel like I did do intense enough on my sets to just be satisfied with that. That's the thing. That's why I like to go all out in like my first set, because it just doesn't waste time really. So stay tuned for the next episode. We're going to be focusing on combat. We're going to be focusing on how we can apply those teachings. I've got my boxing bag out there. We're going to be doing some drills. We're going to be finding out the best ways to get quicker, maybe to get stronger, maybe to start with the basics, because I'm not a fighter myself, right? I'm starting this journey with you guys, right? I'm not like some professional fighter or anything. So if anyone got this far, thank you for watching. Take care.